Hey friends, today I'm going to be cleaning over a couple of days, doing cleaning inside and outside, just getting our house ready for the colder months ahead. I'll also be doing some deep cleaning and also sharing a Costco grocery haul with you. So let's get ready and let's do this together. Hey friends, I am glad you're here today. I truly mean that when I say that. I'm not just saying that, I truly mean it. I'm glad you're here and I hope this video brightens your day in some way. I'm Jamie and I hope I can give you some motivation. I hope I can keep you company today. I hope that whatever you need for today, I hope I can provide that for you. Just know that you are stronger than you realize and you got this. I know it's hard for us to see how strong we are, but just know that you are strong and you can handle whatever life is throwing at you right now. So I'm going to be cleaning over a couple of days and focusing on deep cleaning outside, getting our back patio ready for the winter. So I like to do this in the fall, clean outside, get everything ready because here in a few short weeks, it's going to be way too cold to even be outside. So just preparing the outside for winter. I'll also be doing plenty of cleaning inside because cleaning always needs to be done inside. So I'm also going to be sharing with you my past work history. I actually worked in a nonprofit for 10 years and I never talked about exactly what I did. So I'm going to be going into detail about that in this video as well as sharing a Costco haul. So stay tuned for all of that. But the mess that you're seeing here is a combination of the mess from the night before and this day's morning. It just amazes me how quickly my house becomes messy. I feel like our evenings can get so crazy with Avery's activities. She also has homework. I also make a point to sit down. I'm reading her chapter books. She loves listening to me read, and we're reading the Babysitter's Club Little Sister books. My mom had saved them from me when I was a kid, so I'm reading them to her. And then you add on the 2-year-old tornadoes, and our house can go from perfectly clean to messy in literal minutes. But my big project for the afternoon was tackling the outside. It was a gloomy, rainy day, not the best day to clean outside, but you know what? I only had this afternoon, so I had no other choice, so it had to be done. So that was the plan. I'm also going to be using my Bissell carpet cleaner to clean the outdoor furniture cushions.
Better say something that would change my mind. Gotta give me something, 'cause I'm not blind. And I don't know how to enjoy it every time you tell me it's not.
So I've never really gone into detail about what I did for a living. I graduated college, and I'll go through this whole timeline and how all of this, came to be. But I quit my job last summer, and I had worked for a company for 10 years, and it's crazy. that I worked there for 10 years. So I'll explain all of that here in a little bit. But sometimes, I know you guys say you like hearing my random chats and things like that, but then it's like hard for me because when it's your life, you don't think it's anything interesting or exciting or, but I randomly thought of this and I had someone who was like, please tell us more about your work history. So if there's anything more you would like to know about my life, feel free to ask in the comments section.
That will blow my mind. If I have learned one thing, it's wasting time. And I don't know how to enjoy it every time you.
So right now during this time of the year, our dog Reese Cup is what I like to call her. She is shedding a lot, and there's usually 2 times a year that she sheds a lot, like extra. In the springtime when she's shedding her winter coat, and then here in the fall, which I'm not really sure why she's shedding a lot now. We get her groomed regularly and we brush her almost daily. So it's always more in the spring and the fall. So hair everywhere. So I feel like vacuuming way more than I normally do. I typically use our Ryobi power washer to hose down the back patio, but it was just a lot easier because the hose was already hooked up back here, and so I was being lazy and I didn't want to go get the power washer. And then I was going to bring the cushions inside to deep clean them, and this is the Bissell Pro Heat 2x Pet Pro carpet cleaner. It's an upright carpet cleaner, but it also has this attachment, and obviously we don't need to clean the cushions because they're outdoor furniture cushions. We also have covers, but they get dirty even though they're covered almost all of the time, and we do that because outdoor furniture is expensive and we want this set to last as long as possible. And also in the winter when we get snow and ice, we don't have anywhere to store them inside, so we just make sure they're really, really covered with the covers, and then we leave them outside for the winter. But I always like to make for sure I give them a deep clean before they get put away for the winter. So I've been getting some questions lately, people asking, they wanted to know more about my past work history. If you've been around for a while, then you know that I worked outside of the home until June of 2020, so last year. I have worked since I graduated college. I graduated college in 2008 with a bachelor's in education, and then I went on to get my master's because I was offered this program to get my master's and they were going to pay for it fully. So I jumped on that chance and got my master's in a year in curriculum and teaching. So my bachelor's was in education, like I said, and I was able to pass the test to receive my teaching certification in grades 7 through 12, social studies, so American history, world history, psychology, sociology, American government, subjects like that. And when we graduated, and I say we because Mike and my husband graduated together in 2008, it was a really bad time to graduate just because there was, an economic crisis going on. Not a lot of people were hiring, and I couldn't find a teaching job, at least in Ohio. I was told that if I wanted, if I was willing to move down south to like the Carolinas or Florida, that I could easily find a job teaching, but that was something that Mike and I were not interested in. We wanted to stay in Ohio, close to our family. So I graduated in 2008 and was a substitute teacher for a year while Mike supported us, because student or substitute teaching pays very, very little, and like no benefits or anything. But I'll explain more here in a little bit what I did after I substitute taught for 10 years. Well, here we are, you guys. Another day, another spider. They always find me, and I freaked out because it's like one of those like little fast moving ones. And the window is half open and I think it's inside now, and Mike is not home. So I just let the spider loose in the house. Before I continue on with my story, I was cleaning the outdoor windows. I use this cleaning tool. It's nice because it has that it's like a little rag that slides on. You can take it off. I throw it in the washer so you can really clean it. And then it also has a squeegee on the other side. It's extendable, and it just allows me to clean my windows where I wouldn't normally be able to reach. And I got it from Lowe's. I will have it linked in the description, but you can get them at Home Depot or pretty much any other home improvement store. And I am just using water and Dawn dish soap to clean the outside of the windows. It is one of my favorite ways to clean the windows. It just does a really good job. And this was a little bit later when Mike had gotten home. He actually had ran on his lunch break to grab some lunch. And as soon as he got home, he was able to take care of the spiders for me and get the screens off because I wasn't going anywhere near those windows inside at all. So it has been so gloomy all day today. I don't know if the camera is gonna pick it up, but the clouds are starting to break up. The sun's coming out right when I'm almost done with the outside portion. At least it's warm. Okay, really quickly before I get back to my work history, every time I talk about, how we're house hunting, people are like, why are you moving? Your house is beautiful. Do you see the house behind us, or how close our neighbors are in general? That is one of the biggest reasons. There's all other reasons. Now, I will tell you, our neighbors are all wonderful, wonderful people, nice, respectful, but the neighbors put in a pool last summer. It's a beautiful backyard, and they're just right on top of us. We want more privacy, and we cannot change the fencing. We can only have that fencing, and it's also fencing that would be easy for the kids to climb and get into the pool. So that is one of the biggest reasons. And when they put in that pool last summer, that was like our key. Yeah, we need to start looking. So I just wanted to throw that out there as I was out in the backyard. But anyways, let's talk about work history. So I substitute taught for a year, and then I got an offer to work for a nonprofit, and I ended up being there for 10 years. So 10 years in a nonprofit space. And basically what I did was I was able to utilize my education background. I would go into schools and colleges, give, big talks. I would speak in big auditoriums, classrooms, and speak on organ donation. It's something that I totally fell into on accident, and I became incredibly, incredibly passionate about that cause. This is something I've actually never talked about before on my channel, but I was a speaker and I would educate students on organ donation. Ultimately, I mean, here in the United States, you get asked when you get your driver's license if you want to register to be an organ donor. And a lot of students, go to make that decision and they're like, what does this mean? I don't even know what organ donation means. Like, am I donating now? So I would go in and I would just talk about what it means to say yes on your driver's license. It was non-persuasive. It was just truly, here are the facts. Don't listen to all of the myths out there. And this is what you need to know to make a decision, and have them talk it over with their parents. And I'm going to tell you right now, working in that space taught me how important organ donation is, and I truly think that everyone is entitled to make their own decision. But organ donation, to me, and what I saw was, I think it's one of the most selfless acts somebody can do. And I am talking about organ donation after somebody passes away, not live donation. But someone, just simply making one decision can literally save someone else's life. And I'll talk a little bit more about how it really changed my life here in a minute. But I was organizing and reorganizing some of the things I got from Costco, which I'm going to be sharing with you a Costco haul. I actually had went 2 weeks ago and I was going to put it in last week's video, but then that video was way too long. So it ended up working out because I had to restock some pantry items that I had gotten from Costco. So Costco grocery haul at the end of the video.
All the things you hear, I'm not going anywhere without you. So put a little faith in me, though you're scared. No, I made it hard for you, but I can't. Now I wanna make you part of my plans. Put a little faith in me, though you're scared. Sometimes I feel like we're getting nowhere, no. But I'm still here.
So here I was going to wipe down my cabinets, and obviously this was on day 2, but I was just using Dawn dish soap and hot water to wipe down the cabinets. Sometimes I'll use Mrs. Meyer's or the Jaws multi-purpose sprays, but I prefer to use Dawn. It does, I think, the best job, number one, and it gets out, grease and stains and all of that. But when we had our cabinets painted, so it was almost exactly a year ago, we got our cabinets painted. They were dark to white, and they told us that we should only use a very gentle cleaner, and they suggested Dawn. And I think that's great because Dawn is a wonderful, powerful cleaner, but it's also gentle on the cabinets. So that is what I was doing. But yeah, going back to that work history, organ donation, I would get to meet recipients, people who had received a transplant, and you just think of what they have gone through, living life with a disease. Maybe they were born with the disease and it attacked, their kidneys or their heart or something like that. Or maybe they developed it later on in life, and the stuff that they've had to go through, and then they get put on the waiting list and they don't know if they'll ever get a transplant. And then on the flip side, which was even more amazing to see, is donor families who had a loved one who had donated. And you would never realize it, but a lot of donor families hang on to organ donation because they feel like their loved ones, are living on, and they didn't die for nothing. A piece of them physically saved someone else. And I witnessed that it actually helps with the healing, knowing that their loved one is a true hero, because nobody has to say yes. And when we make that simple decision on our license to be able to physically save someone else's life, it is, a hero decision. And it changed my life working in that space. So it was amazing seeing both sides. And I'm grateful that I was able to do that and be a part of such a great organization and a great cause. I'm sure you also have other questions now, like would you ever go back into teaching? All of that, and I would. So why did I quit my job after 10 years? I mean, there was a part of me, I enjoyed what I did, but it had gotten to a point where my job had really run its course as far as what I had been doing. There was no way for me to move up or change positions at the organization. And for me, Avery had just gotten into school, and for me personally, being a mom is the most important job that I could ever have, and being there for my girls is the most important. But on the other side of that, I also need a passion other than my kids. That's why I did work. But then, Avery started school, and I wasn't there to get her on the bus or off the bus or be there when she had special days at school. And I just wanted to be there. Like, I wanted something for myself, but I also wanted to be there as much as I could for her. And, luckily at the time last summer when I quit, Mike's career had really exploded, taken off. He had gotten a couple promotions, and, he has full benefits, 401k, all of that. And I was looking for more flexibility. His, job was taking off. And I also had YouTube, and it was a way that I could, help contribute to the family and also have a passion for myself, an outlet, something that I enjoy doing other than my kids. And I can still put my kids first, but have a hobby that I also get to make money from. So it was honestly the best of both worlds. I mean, it was like the perfect storm. Mike getting all these promotions, his job doing phenomenal, and then me being able to have that ability to quit and put my kids first, but then also having like an outlet and something that I'm passionate about as well. And, I quit, but I have my degrees I can always fall back on. I also have that, the 10 years in the nonprofit space, and I'm truly passionate about education in any sense. So, I do hope I can work in education in some aspect in the future. If you're curious, I put in 1 teaspoon of powdered Tide laundry detergent in my O-Cedar mop bucket, which I think I'm due for a new one. The pedal is starting to stick a little bit. Like, I'll hit it down and it sticks for a second. And I've had it for 4 years and I use it all of the time. So it's probably time, but I just have a hard time just like going and buying a new one. I mean, I buy a lot of cleaning tools, but they're like new and I want to try them out for you guys. Like, to just buy a new mop when I already have one, I feel like this one has to completely stop working before I buy one. But there is that new one where it separates the dirty water from the clean water. So I'm like, I don't know if you guys have that one. What do you guys think about it? I think I've kind of heard mixed reviews, but let me know what you guys think. Something else that's also important is that when I'm done mopping, I clean and disinfect the mop when I'm done. There's a lot of dirty water in there. So I clean it out with Dawn, and then I use the Jaws disinfectant and let it air dry. And I also get a lot of questions, about my work history and like education in general. I've never gone into detail about what I did for those 10 years. So here it is. That's what I did. And I know a lot of you guys are also in a similar situation where you went to school to be a teacher, you got your education degrees, but you didn't want to teach in a classroom, or maybe you didn't get a job in a classroom and you're like, okay, well, what do I do? It's different because I look at Mike. he got a business degree, and that encompasses so many jobs out there. But when you get your education degree, you know, you do feel like it's one thing and one thing only. But what I learned, you know, working for that nonprofit, is that there are so many different options out there. I mean, businesses are looking for people to train and educate maybe new employees, or like their current employees on updated, you know, like policies and changes and all of that. So like, you know, education, sometimes you think of it as just being in a classroom, but education can really encompass a lot of different things. So I don't know where the future is going to take me, but I do hope that I can educate in some aspect. I finished. So I don't know if I close out the video after the Costco haul, so we will get to that here in a minute. But I am sitting down drinking this. It's from Kroger, Simple Truth Organic Seltzer Water. It's in mixed berry. So I'm gonna sit here, drink this, relax for a few minutes, but we'll get to the Costco haul. Thank you guys for hanging out with me, being my friend today, cleaning with me. Yeah, so I will see you guys next week. Bye. All right, so went to Costco, came back, and I feel like I got quite a bit, more so than normal, but we have not been to Costco in a while. We live pretty close to Costco. Sorry, that's Reese. Can you say hi? Can you say hi, Reese? Reese Cup. Okay, so we live pretty close, as I was saying, we live pretty close to Costco, but we just don't go very often. To be honest with you guys, it's kind of a workout when I go, so I usually will have Mike go, but it's usually running in and grabbing a few things. So anyways, we were due. All right, so I got some new stuff we've never gotten before, and some of our staples, but we will start with these Celsius drinks. Both Mike and I drink these before a workout. I also like the Alani Nu, and then we both take pre-workouts. You don't drink a pre-workout and this. I'm just saying, like, sometimes all I need is a cup of coffee. Sometimes before I work out, I just need my Verb energy bar because I got a lot of sleep and I'm feeling good. Other times I'm just not feeling the coffee, and I just want to drink something. I don't want to mix up any powder because I also have the Alani Nu workout powder. And then so sometimes I drink this. Mike does not drink coffee, so when he needs a little pick-me-up, this is what he drinks in the morning. Which, how does he not drink coffee? I don't get it. But anyways, we both drink those. These Z-bars, Avery eats one of these every single morning. So I got those. Some cheese sticks for the girls. Some Chobani flips. Now, I've never gotten these from Costco before, but Avery has been really loving these, and they're just a little bit different than your normal Greek yogurt. So it's Greek yogurt, but there's like s'mores, there's a strawberry cheesecake, cookies and cream, and then a key lime crumble. And I also like these at the end of the night when I want a snack, but I want to go a little bit healthier. I feel like this satisfies, like, they're not sweet, but you know, it's not like I'm just eating yogurt. It's just like a little addition to your Greek yogurt. Some juice boxes. I don't get these every time I go, but occasionally Avery will drink these, put them in her lunch, that type of thing. So I like this kind because it has a lower sugar content. Some of the juice boxes have a ton of sugar, so I like these because I would say for juice boxes, the sugar content is pretty low. I think there's like 8 grams of sugar in there. These omelets, which we all eat here. Mike really likes them. I like them for the mornings when I don't really have the time to cook my eggs or something, or I don't feel like it. So these are really good. It's just 3 cheeses and then egg. So if you know me, then you know how much I love these almond butter biscuits, as do the kids. I actually got 2 of these boxes. These are so good, so good. Love them. Some mac and cheese because we have 3 kids. So usually some mac and cheese, because we have 3 kids. No need to say any more. My kids do like the Annies. They like the craft as well. I know some kids can be pretty picky. My kids like both, and I just kind of switch back and forth with what I get. I needed some white distilled vinegar, so I picked it up while I was there. Ooh, some 5 cheese bread, Motor City Pizza Company. We've had this before, and it is so good. I love me some cheese bread. I mean, who would look at that and say it doesn't look good, right? So good. I got this. I also got pizza. Yeah, right here. Some pizza. So this pizza, when you look at it, it looks like, oh, cardboard pizza. It doesn't look very good. But that thin pizza has a lot of flavor to it. It's actually way better than what it looks like in the picture. So I think this comes, there's maybe 3 or 4 pizzas in here. And it's just pretty simple. Cheese, but very flavorful. And the kids will eat it because it's just cheese. Some chicken breasts, because we're a chicken family. We eat a lot of chicken. Applesauce. And I also got the fruit and vegetable pouches. Now that the girls are the twins are a little bit older, now they they've really started to master not making as much of a mess when they're eating out of a cup. So I got these because I feel like all kids love applesauce, right? And then of course, your fruit and vegetable pouches, which we get every time we go. Pirate's Booty. And then these were new, some lightly breaded chicken breast chunks. I think those look really, really good. So I got these instead of getting chicken nuggets just to try something different out. My girls really aren't big chicken nugget eaters. So I thought these would be, they look really good. So I thought I'd try them out. And also Mike makes these a lot for, like chicken chunks a lot for lunch. So I grabbed those. Chicken sausage, we get this every time we go. The girls love these, and it's just nice because one bag lasts us a really long time. So on the weekends, I'll make pancakes or waffles, or, you know, throw in some frozen pancakes or something like that, then pair it with some chicken sausage for some protein. I actually also like these with my eggs. Body wash, Mike and I both use the Dove body wash, so it's way cheaper at Costco, so I always get the 3-pack. Some Downy Unstoppables. I had this over on the other counter, but it's white queso. I got this for the weekends. We're watching the Ohio State Buckeyes on Saturdays, the Buffalo Bills on Sunday. So our weekends are always filled with friends, family, football, hanging out at the house after soccer, of course. And so we like to have a lot of like salsas and cheeses and stuff like that. So I got this white queso, and it's really, really good. There's a little bit of a kick to it because it has the diced green chilies, but it's not too spicy. The kids like it, but it's really good. And then the last 2 things I have down here, some Clorox wipes because I was getting low and it was a lot cheaper to go with the 5-pack down here, and then some trail mix. Avery's really been into trail mix lately, so I'll throw it in her packed lunches or after school, just like an after school snack. So that is the Costco haul.